Recording, recording. Hello, Emmanuel.
How you doing? What is this?
You
Try
fucked up.
five?
This is our second take, bro. This was the very first time we weren't one take wonders. This sucks. It's still gonna be uncut though, but yeah.
Yeah. So
Anything interesting happen while you're
it's
there
for
up
Canada.
north? This
Because
sucks.
I went tubing right yesterday.
Yeah. Let me pull up that video.
Yeah.
So this is the video that Emmanuel sent me. You can see he's going down the hill right now. Someone pushed him, and Broski's like spinning out of like crazy. I thought he would have like bloodshot eyes. Right here though it freezes, but I think you can get the rest of the idea of what happens.
But do you know
Spins out like
how hard
crazy.
it is?
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it is to record with gloves on?
How hard? Did you have to like put the
I
glove in
didn't
your
try.
mouth to just like
I didn't.
take your hand out?
I didn't try. I just took my gloves off. I sacrificed my right hand for that recording. Please subscribe.
Bro, it's crazy too. In the two videos we posted last time, in total, right now, 77 views and 3.4 watch hours. That is crazy.
That is a lot.
It's a
I
lot
don't.
to us, but update on that. 80 viewers, 80 views total, plus 6 subscribers, and 4.3 hours watched.
But how many people watched like the full thing though?
A lot. Like 3 people watched it start to end. Each video,
Yeah.
1 and 2. I mean, it's fine if this is boring. I mean, we haven't even said anything super interesting yet.
Yeah.
It's already the first 2 minutes. We were supposed to have
Remember
a
how we
special
were
guest.
talking yesterday on how like we need to? It seems like our attention rate is terrible, so we need to start the video off with something interesting.
We gotta spice this up.
But we don't have anything interesting. We had something planned, but the guy didn't come.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a featured creator on here today with 14,000 subscribers, and
You
he
know,
sponsored everything. I was
but he
gonna
bailed
ask
on it.
him about some like advice questions. He still might
Yeah,
come in, but yeah, that's the part that kind of sucks. He did
we had
say
it.
that he might not join, and I understood that. And I mean, it sucks too, because after today, he said he's gonna be gone for 3 weeks. So I think he's probably just packing or something.
He could talk while he packs. Come on.
So like what? There would be maybe 4, 5 more videos maybe until then.
Till the 3 weeks is over. Yeah,
Yeah. Plus, I
because
mean,
we do this like what every other day.
yeah, right now because it's spring break.
We might do it like every other or like every 3 days or so.
Every 3 days. I was saying about once a week during school.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we don't have the same classes. Who knows who will have what homework?
Or what interesting stuff happened.
Oh my god. Bro, let me talk about this fight. Okay, first interesting story. I want to timestamp it in the comments. 4 minutes. I'm gonna wait for it to hit 4 minutes. I saw this big ass fight in a McDonald's, bro. I didn't record it because by the time I fumbled my phone out of my pocket, the
It
fight
was
already
over.
ended. Yeah,
Who won? I don't know. Let's get the entire thing start to finish.
what do you mean?
What happened?
It was a black man and a white man, okay? Those are the two big things right there. No, I'm telling you, okay, I'm gonna describe both of them. We'll do black man first. Go you. Whoever's watching this.
The
Alright,
bad feeling about
so
this.
Broski looks like he goes to the gym 24/7, and he was just going to McDonald's for like a once a year fast food snack. That's how healthy he looked. A buzz, like a gold chain and a silver chain. Tank top, like he looked like he just got out of the gym, right? He's kind of like sweaty and stuff. You could see like all the lights like reflecting off of him. You know, he was looking magnificent.
He probably didn't want to. Yeah, he just wanted to show off.
And because he like just came back, he had a pump. He looked extra intimidating to this white man that is a foot shorter than him. I'm a 5'4.5" without shoes on. I would say about 4'5" with shoes, and this white man was maybe about oh my fucking god, I swear these kids.
Kid. That's how short he was. He was considered a kid to you.
No. Someone's calling me right now. I can't fix it. Okay, screen's gonna go black here for a little bit. Holy shit, bro. Swear, I hate this group chat, but you know, they won't shut up about it.
Is it the one I'm in?
No, it's a different one. Still sucks equally though. Back up finally, full screen. Okay, white man, right? I would say he's about 5'6". And from me saying that the black man is about a foot taller than him, I'm saying he was about 6'6", okay? He had a duck under the doorframe to get in the building. That's how tall he was. That's way taller than 6'6", right? How tall would you have to be?
No, because whenever people make stuff, they don't use like odd numbers like 2, 5. No, I think they use 5, but those odd. They're not odd numbers, but they're weird numbers. You know, whenever
you think like 7 foot?
You know, either 7 foot or 6.5.
He was.
You know how whenever you're counting time, you don't round it to you round it to the nearest 5, right?
For real, yeah.
Because if you don't, you're just get out.
Obviously, you were in the sped classes. Woo! When we were learning division, Broski was shoving crayons up his nose. I'm sorry.
Apologize.
I did, but I mean, if you were smart enough to click on this video, obviously, and you're an intelligent human being, of course. Back to the fighting, okay? Okay. So first, it was just because, so the black guy was just standing in line, minding his own business. The white guy comes out of the restroom, just skips in front of him. The black guy, taps him on the shoulder and says, "Hey, bro, what's happening? Why'd you just skip me?" He says, and then the white guy goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were in line." And then the black guy says, "Well, you could have asked me at least. I most likely would have said yes if you weren't going to get a lot of food." And then it's like, I forgot the rest of it because I was munching on my double quarter pounder plain with a McDonald's Sprite. You know, that should be hitting different. And the next time I look up, I hear someone calling 911. And then the black guy just fucking boom, just punches him right below the jaw. He definitely boxes, because if you could punch someone where your knuckles graze their bottom of the jaw hard enough, you could concuss them. Next thing I know, this white man flops over on the ground, doesn't move a muscle. I think, holy shit, he's dead. And my dad, because of his work, he goes over, he tries to split them up. Because the black guy then, he's goes on top of him, and it's fucking boom, 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 boom. He's not punching him in the face anymore, but he's punching him near the chest. But I'm like, damn! What did I miss? What did I miss from 1 second, a man tapping another dude on the shoulder, to 1 second, a dude knocking the shit out of another man, and being on top of him, and absolutely almost giving him the guac of his life. Holy, bro. Holy. That was the most eventful thing that happened to me in the past 2 days.
If you see somebody that tall who looks like he just got out of the gym, I would have.
I don't even know why the white man just didn't say my fault. He didn't even say sorry or anything. I think. I don't know. I was munching on my double quarter pounder with cheese. Fuck you, vegans. Go eat some meat. Mahi. Go eat some meat.
Targeting.
Go be a man. Alright, this will be concluded the segment. 4 minutes to 10 minutes. Black man versus white man, full on brawl. That's gonna be a good timestamp right there.
It's just somebody just clicks on the video. It's like, oh, a timestamp. I wonder.
Black man versus white man against
Racism is
vegans?
real.
Question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark. That'd be funny.
But if you see a person that just got out of the gym who's over 6 foot, don't ask. Just stand behind them
For
and
real,
wait
like,
until he notices you.
straight up. Even if he says, "Oh, it's fine, you could go in front of me," I'm still thinking about what I want to eat. You would like, I would just say back, "Oh, thank you," or if I'm a frail little white stick boy man acting hella ghetto in a McDonald's, I would say, "My fault," and that's it. There's, you know, don't mess with a black dude that's almost 7 foot. Life lesson right there, kids. Life lesson.
Okay. I probably only had one fight in my entire life. It was fun, but I wouldn't do it again.
Why did you just belly bump them and they fell on the ground?
No, I wouldn't.
Alright, what happened? Tell me the story and details.
I wouldn't get. So, I don't want to talk about it, but okay. So last year
This was last year?
it was last year.
Wow. Was it over Jonessa?
I don't fight over girls.
That was his ex. My fault.
If somebody takes my girl, it's like, wow. I guess treat her well.
Bro, she's got more rings than me. Fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play, bro. Checkmate.
I mean,
Damn.
what am I supposed to do?
Obviously, he thought more.
If she wants to get with a different guy, I'm not going to stand in between her happiness, you know?
Screen's gonna go black one more time. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay, right? Back to the story. I get mad. I have pretty bad short temper. That's why I joined football, so I could be, so I could hit people, right?
That was the reason you joined football?
That was.
Free anger management classes?
I'm so surprised. I asked like the people who don't look like they would do football because they're American why they joined football, and they all said because I have anger management. I need anger management. It's not a bad way.
Bro.
If you're big, fast, or can catch, football
You have your
might be your
career
way.
right in front of you, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that hard of a decision just to. Wow.
No, it is. It took a while to say I want to join football because
You had to decide if you were willing to get concussed for a sport.
yeah, because you know Hudson, right? He got
Oh,
a
yeah.
concussion this year.
Big white man, almost 6 foot tall. That's who Hudson is. Now, he's not a big, fat white man. He is a big, muscular white man. Keep that in mind.
He had a concussion last year, and I was thinking, do I really want to do this?
I think I
And
remember hearing about that.
it was really worth it. My first season, I won all of my games except for the game that they cheered us on for. You guys cheered. You know how the pep rally for last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only game we lost.
Damn.
And that was the only game people cared about because they actually had a pep rally and stuff.
Yeah.
Last year I was B team and nobody cared about us. But that one pep rally, everyone cared about both teams. Just because I wasted my time doing this, I want you guys to win. Which I respect, but still, I'm kind of mad that that's the only game people care about.
For real. I'd be kind of mad too.
Right,
Like-
back to the fun, right?
Oh,
They-
I completely
this-
forgot about that.
Like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm
Back,
really
back
going
to the fight.
off
Back to the
subject.
fight.
So, this short white person who's skin and bones.
Oh man, honestly, get your money up, not your funny up.
He starts body shaming me, and I was already in a bad mood for that day, right? Because, dang, some stuff happened,
Stop right
right?
there. Stop. Elaborate on the bad stuff. I want to hear it.
I don't remember. I just know bad stuff happened,
You
and I
were
was
you were in a
pissed.
bad mood and you felt like really punching somebody, huh?
No, you know how if you're in a bad mood, you're like, if somebody messes with you, I won't hesitate to fight them.
I'm gonna rip their nuts off. I'm gonna shove it in their mouth, bro. No one better fuck with me this. No one better fuck with me today.
Right? It was just that type of day.
Oh.
So he starts using words that I wish he wouldn't have, and then it's like, wow. I say something along the line, hey, bro, if you don't stop, we're gonna fight, and it won't end too well for you, right?
Mhm.
And then he keeps going. He starts looking at me. He's like, you ain't gonna do nothing. You can't do stuff. You're fat. I could just run away, and you wouldn't catch me.
What'd you
And
say?
if somebody, in my opinion, if somebody runs away from you in a fight, I count that as a win.
Honestly, yeah, because they're scared of you.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have
Right?
the guts to, like, throw a punch.
So, few things go by. We end up starting to fight. I get on him and put him in a
Gay.
chokehold.
Gay.
Right?
Yeah. Did you suffocate him?
That's that. No. No. What?
Like, did you
I
just,
wouldn't
like,
be
put your
here if I
stomach on
did.
his face and then he just got no air? That's how I assumed it would go. I mean, like, alright, I'll stop. I'll stop. You
For
continue,
some
continue. I'll
reason,
stop.
I felt like he was a wrestler, right? Because he somehow got out of that and put me in a chokehold, but he wasn't able to do it that well because I could still breathe.
That's an L, bro. That's like next level being dog shit.
No, but I got so surprised that he got out of it. I have a pretty strong grip, I would say, when it comes to that.
Yeah, yeah.
But if somebody getting out of that for the first time, that's surprising.
I got fucking choked. Like, you strangled me a couple times. I tried tapping his arm to let him know. Holy shit, I actually cannot fucking breathe. Let me go. And literally, like, the last second he lets it go in my throat, I was about to punch the shit out of him, bro. Like, I really could not breathe.
Yeah. Let's move away from that, right? He ends up starting to cry later. I was like, okay, I should let him be because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we had a fight, and it's not the best thing in the world to say, "Hey, bro, you okay?" After
Yeah, you don't
we
say that.
fall asleep.
You say, Rip Bozo, L, get the fuck out of here. You dog shit. That's what you say.
I wanted to say that, but
Bozo couldn't breathe.
Coach Washington, right?
One of the strict coaches at our school,
He
yeah.
he's really big. He's like, you gotta comfort, you gotta talk to him. Why did this happen? I explained to him. We end up. I talked to him about it. I said, I understand. You play football, and that's not really fair for him,
Because you play
right?
football?
Because I play football.
Yeah.
So he kind of forced me to talk to him because I would get kicked off the team next year if I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I got suspended in school suspension for only 3 days, and I got so shocked for how nice it was there.
In school
It was
suspension, straight quiet,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. I could do all my work, and I finished like all the entire day's work whenever it was like 12, right? And
Mm-hmm.
she allowed me to use my phone.
Bro, that's just called paradise. What? That's not in school suspension? So you just on your phone for 4 hours?
Yes,
Damn.
I brought the second day. I brought my Switch, So I get because there was two other guys who got in this fight there, but both of them were there as well. It's like, hey, you guys wanna hook up your controllers so we can play? And then we did. It was so nice.
Bro, what? I gotta get to more fights in school.
No, I don't. She's not the teacher anymore.
Damn.
I think it's the teacher there is a bit more stricter.
Yeah, I know. I see them like line up on the hallway. I'm like,
They
damn, that
line
must
up.
suck. I saw my bratty ass cousin in that line too. I'm like,
You have a
yeah,
cousin?
ISS? Fucking loser.
Who's your cousin? I want to know.
Hold on, sorry, there's a car alarm going outside my house. Like my next door neighbor. I don't know if someone's robbing it or whichever. I don't care. Okay, my mic isn't even picking it up. It's fine. Huh? Oh, my cousin's like straight up immigrated from Vietnam. No joke. He immigrated from Vietnam about like 3 years ago, I want to say.
Uh-huh.
A year? No, 2 or 3 years ago. And he would have been
Yeah.
in the same grade as me and you, but because he didn't know English, the school board actually put him a grade under. So he's in 7th grade.
1 second.
Got you. Okay, well, Emmanuel's gone. I don't tell a lot of people this. I told my last girlfriend this, and it's that I got into a lot of fights, but I'm smart with it, bro. I'm smart with it. I'm telling you, I'm smart with it. Because I'll just tell them to meet me up at, like, a park outside of school, not on school property. Because even if you're outside the school building, but you're still on school property, if someone gets a teacher over there, a school administrator, or a school police officer, you will still get suspended or get detention. It doesn't matter. You're still going to get in trouble. That's the main point. Now, the one kid tried to snitch on me because I beat him so fucking bad in a fight. He tried snitching at me on a teacher because he got a black eye. Fucking elbozo. I get it. And the teacher said, whoa, where did this happen? When did this happen? Apparently I don't know. And he said someplace off school grounds. I have second period with this kid. That's how I knew this. It was about a year or two ago. 7th or 6th grade. And the teacher said, well, we can't do anything about it. We can't do anything about it unless whatever he did to you, like, doesn't allow you to come to school. Like, I fucking break his shin or something and he can't walk. Like, he had to go to the hospital. That would have been a reason.
I come back. I thought I heard the word girls whenever I left. And then I come back to breaking people's shin.
Okay, alright, you're just gonna have to watch the video for this. I'm gonna continue my story.
Oh,
Free watch time!
you what?
I was just telling them about, like, how I used to, like, fight kind of a lot of people last year and stuff. And how I would settle the fight outside of school, off of school grounds.
I would have
You're
just
gonna
said
have to watch the
Hedger
reason.
wins.
You're gonna have to watch the video for that one. I don't want to explain it twice in a row. And well, the point was he tried to snitch on me, and the teacher said he couldn't just because it was off of school grounds, and I was off the hook, and I did that with like 5 other people, and now I'm goated.
That's smart. What?
Yeah.
I should have done that.
Or I'll just explain to you after this. 23 minutes into this podcast, all we thought about fights.
Right.
Oh my god, have you heard about that one, the 3 fights in one hallway at high school?
Really? Like at the same time?
Yeah.
Or like just
I don't know the school, but it was like 5 people recording, and we got an angle from each person. It was, I actually, while I talk about this,
you really just said I'm gonna post it before I'm gonna get suspended.
Exactly. Okay. Actually, I can't look for the video. I think he took it down. Maybe. No. Okay, I'm gonna try to look for it while I explain for it. The main thing was there were, you might as well call it gang wars, bro. And I found the videos because I'm a goat. Holy shit. So I will show the 2 videos right now. both of the videos should be pulling up. Here we go.
Alright.
I'm showing it on the screen. So this is angle 1. A teacher trying to split it up for the first time in the world. They try to split up a fight, right? Wowie zowie, that big brain explosion right there.
They got paid for that.
Yeah, you might as well call it gang wars. One of the guys just has his shirt off because he is ready to fucking throw hands with this guy. Okay.
I don't think you
Screen-
said something, so
Hey,
I'm
and
just.
this is where the other fight was. It was in a counselor's office.
What?
There was a fight in a counselor's office, and there were 2 more out in the hallway. I have one more video to show. And this is like, okay, yeah, there was number 1. And I could. Shit's intense,
This
bro.
guy just took all the power ups.
For real. Okay, screen's gonna go black one more time, just so I could try to pull up the video. I'm sorry.
He
For
took him
this
again.
being like the 3rd time, it's had to go blank. It just has to, bro. Oh, the YouTuber's gonna join.
Really?
Yeah, he was away from home for a little bit. That's
why.
fine, bro.
You want to just stop this recording, start a new one?
Hell no, bro. It has been way too eventful just to stop. Yo, what is up? He's in the VC channel. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How you
up?
doing?
I'm so glad
doing
you could make
good.
it.
Yeah, thank you guys for inviting me.
We were just
What are
talking
you
about
doing?
we were just talking about interesting stuff that happened in our day.
Oh, that's fun. I went to Walmart. Is that,
What'd you
is that
get?
exciting enough? I'm going on a road trip for the next 4 days. I'm driving from Indiana, where I'm based, all the way to California, San Francisco, and I'm taking a cross-country road trip. So I had to go buy like snacks and ice scrapers last minute.
Ice scrapers, that's a smart thing. I would have forgotten that for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, I almost did.
If you get ice scrapers, you also have to get like a solution to melt the ice. Because if you
Yeah,
just
I do. I have this. I don't even know what it's called, but it's like a de-icer spray you put on the windshield.
Yeah. Okay. Introduce ourselves. I am Alex or Ice, and then this is the other like co-host, co-owner of the podcast.
Hi.
That's where you say your name. It's Emmanuel or E-Man.
Okay, I didn't know which name you wanted me to say. Like my tag or.
First thing I want to
my
say
real
is, wow, your mic is crisp.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, for a while I did TikTok for quite a while. And before that I wanted to be a voice actor, and so I got like a whole professional setup. It only cost like $100, and I was really I did not have the money to buy this when I bought it, but I found a way to afford it.
Nice. Yeah, I actually saw some of those. It's like, it's pretty interesting teaching your girlfriend like new video games and stuff.
Yeah, that's on the Brandominos channel. Yeah, before that, I guess I could talk about what I do. But the Click Games TikTok was previously just called Brandominos, and I used to be an influencer doing like Minecraft videos and stuff like that. So that's how I kind of got famous and started my companies.
Companies,
God.
yeah, more than wow.
Yeah, I have 4 companies.
Whoa.
Are they all under the same name or?
No, they're all different. So I have first and foremost, Click Games is our number one. We're a virtual reality publisher. So people that make VR games, we help them do all the marketing, positioning, and management for those titles. We also get them funding and things like that. We have some titles coming to the official store later this year that we'll announce here within a week. And the reason I'm going to California is for GDC, which is the Game Dev Conference, and we have a booth out there presenting one of our titles.
Wow.
Wow.
Got some.
When do you expect the next upload from your channel?
Oh, on Brandominos?
There has been a very big gap of 5 months.
Yeah, maybe like 7 years, 8
7
maybe.
years.
Yeah, so Click Games is one of the companies. The other one is me as an influencer, Brandominos. I used to do Twitch streaming for a long time. I obviously did TikTok, but I converted that to a company account. I have my YouTube channel. I try to keep up with that as much as I can, but of course, other companies get in the way. I have a company that's called You Do You. It's a business management and consulting company. So here in Indiana, I work with small businesses to basically just help them do what they do better. So, you didn't start a company to run Facebook ads and find promotional marketing material. Like, it's boring. Nobody wants to do that.
Exactly.
And so you do use entire pitches. You do what you do best, and we do the rest. We take care of all the boring stuff. If you're like a food vendor or something, you got a food truck and you go around to events, we'll take care of your Facebook. We'll take care of your social media. We'll do all of that for you. You just go run your food truck. You shouldn't have to worry about running ads. So that's what you does. And then finally is Spectrum VR Arcades based in Indiana. I am the former owner and CEO of those. It's 2 brick and mortar virtual reality arcades in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We started back in 2017. We were one of the first 7 arcades to open in the United States, VR arcades. And I ran that for about 7 years. Well, 7 years. It was 2018 through 2022. So like 4 or 5 years, somewhere in there. But it had been an idea for a long time. We've been building it for a while, so it's hard to keep track. But I stopped owning those last year to focus full-time on Click Games. So that's what I do.
So how do you make your
Oh my
profit?
god. That sounds like a whole ad you just said.
I've said it on a lot of podcasts and interviews, so I'm pretty used to it.
How do you get
Wow.
your profit?
Like, how do we make money?
Yeah.
Is it just ads
Yeah.
like usual?
Oh, okay. So what a publisher does, like, let's take Click Games for example. Let's say that you two come up with a game. So we have Alex and Emmanuel's best VR game ever made, right? You bring that game to me, and if I like your game good enough, I think it's good. What I'll do is I'll bring you on board, and I will take a percentage of what your game makes when it sells a copy. So if your game sells for $10, maybe I'll take 2 or 3 of those dollars, and in exchange, I take care of everything that isn't developing the game. So you two would do all the art, you would do all the development, you do the sound, and I would take care of all of the Discord communities, the Reddit posts, the Twitter posts, TikToks, getting you on other platforms like PSVR 2, getting you onto official stores. I do all of that. And I only make money when I help you sell more copies of your game. And that's how I like to do it. I like to prove that we can help these titles. And the way you prove that is, hey, I only make money if I make you money. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
That's smart.
It's a lot for my brain to process, that's for sure. From what we usually talk about, this is a big step up.
Well,
But
you know,
again, this is huge. Getting a person of your status to be able to join us, that's a big step.
well, hey, I love helping anybody out. That's one of the things I love to do. I saw that you were in my Click Classics server.
Yes.
So before Click Games existed, Click Games in 2020 was originally a Minecraft server, and that's why I started doing TikTok. I had this idea for a D&D inspired Minecraft world, and I used TikTok to promote it. Now, I have a huge background in marketing. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 9 years old. When I was 14, I started one of the largest online social media management companies called Absurdity Gaming. We worked through Steam and helped people get their games greenlit on Steam and do like Twitch influencers and stuff like that. So I took all that experience, and during COVID, I was like, man, people are really loving Minecraft. I played Minecraft since 2009 when it released in May of 2009. So I've been there since day one. And I was like, I would love to build a Minecraft server that like lives up to the expectations that people have for these big picture servers. So I built it out, and then we had a great amount of success. Ran the server for about 3 or 4 months, and then I was like, man, do I really want to be the 25-year-old that runs a Minecraft server for a living? That sounds pretty bad on a resume. So I took everything that I had built with the Minecraft server, and I just decided to turn it into a publishing studio because here I already owned VR arcades. I already had a huge following on TikTok, so I had the knowledge of VR. I had the marketing ability. Merge them together, you become a publisher.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Okay, I have a question for you now.
Sure.
How did you start all this? What was your process going into this? And did you ever worry about money?
Yeah. So when I was 9 years old, my brother, who is 11 years older than me, quite older, He and I worked with computers all the time. I've been a loser since I was born. I've been using computers since I was like 3.
Same here.
When I was 9, I found this old. It wasn't GitHub at the time. It was another online coding repository website, and it was this SQL backend, SQL backend for file storage and encryption for websites. I found this code, and somebody had posted it, and it was broken. It was open source, and so as a 9-year-old alongside my brother, I kind of went digging through the code. I tried to understand and learn how SQL worked, and I ended up fixing the program that they couldn't get to work. And so that was my first real taste of like success and like being able to make a product and put it out there and try to market it. And then from there, I tried to be a coder for a few years, but I'm just not totally smart enough to do it. I was not that kind of kid. I was too off the wall, too big picture to be stuck coding all day. So I went from that to, in 2011, Steam started what's called the Steam Marketplace, where you could buy and sell things in CSGO, TF2, Dota. And so I started to build a community and Gmod servers. So I would host Gmod RP servers, Death Run servers, and then I eventually started hosting Team Fortress 2 servers, where people could, like all kinds of events and game modes. And I was like 11 or 12. But the reason I did it was because I could build a community using Steam communities, and I could trade items in the Steam Marketplace for quote-unquote real money. Now, it's actually money that just went into your Steam wallet. But to me, I was a little loser. I loved buying Steam games and stuff, so that was real money to me. And so I was, making all of these servers and trying to do trading back and forth. And as that grew, I was 13 or 14 years old when I realized that I had 7,000 people in my community for my server, and I was like, man, this is so cool. Like 7,000 people love what I built. And so what I did was I reached out to other groups on Steam, groups that had 15,000, 20,000, 50,000 people. And I said, hey, there's this feature on the communities where if I post an announcement, a notification gets pushed to everybody who's in my group. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those, but if you're in a Steam group, somebody can make an announcement and it pops up on your desktop. And I was like, well, you guys have a lot of reach. I have a lot of reach, these other groups. And I was like, I will give you moderator on my Steam group so that you can post to my 7,000 people. And in exchange, give me moderator on your group so I can post to your 15,000. And that right there, I was the first person to ever come up with that idea to do it, to my knowledge. And I completely destroyed the Steam community world with this.
Endless extension.
Yeah, go ahead.
Endless growth.
Yeah, endless growth, because what I was able to do now was go from 7,000 to like 22,000. And then I told somebody else, hey, can I post on your group in exchange for posting on mine? And before you knew it, within a year, I had a reach of 7.2 million Steam users that I could post any announcement to, push anything to. And then I turned that into a company called Absurdity Gaming. It was an online media social managing marketing company with the largest organic reach of any users on the planet. So what I did was I would go to Twitch streamers, people that were trying to grow, like, people only got 2-3 views, and I said, I will post your Twitch channel to 6.7 or 7.5 million people. And I would have people pay me for that service, and I would go through and I would post, and I would build users up from 0 to, my best one was 0 to 75,000 in one night. And that's what I did. And I was 15 years old. I was 14 going into 15 when I started that. And then that company closed in 2017, right after I graduated high school. Because, you know what? I had real people that would subscribe to your Twitch channel. Now, I never made promises that they would interact, right? But they would join. It would be real people that boosted your number. But people were using bot services more and more to get fake followers, and they could beat my price. They could be cheaper than me. And, I thought that there would be a market for people that wanted to really grow their channel with real people and not bot it. But unfortunately, I made the wrong decision. I tried to do the right thing. I wanted people to be able to get growth without using bots to organically grow with real accounts, but not as many people wanted that as I thought. So that company closed down. But that right there, that whole stretch from 2009 to 2017 was the beginning of my career. And then from 2017 to 2018, I worked in a factory. I worked in an actual factory, building clutches, doing mold injecting, because I was a little lost at the time. My company had just closed. Everything had kind of went down. I didn't know if I was going to college or not, and I didn't have anything on the horizon. And so 2017 and 2018, I was doing odd jobs. I actually sold Windows door to door, like not the operating system, but like double glass pane Windows. um, that was just because I was good at marketing and I could make a decent amount of money. But eventually I went to college. I went to college for a year at Manchester University here in Indiana. And then I dropped out after a year because I started full time with Spectrum VR and I started running the arcades. I was actually going to open an arcade inside of my college, funny enough, but then COVID hit, so thank God I didn't. But yeah, went to college, dropped out of college after a year because I went to college because I guess I didn't know what else to do, I was like, well, I don't really care about getting a degree. I know I'll be an entrepreneur. I just don't know what's next, so maybe I'll find an opportunity in college. Well, a week before college started, I found Spectrum. So I was like, well, whoops. I could have just not gone. But, I stuck it through for the year. I met an incredible amount of people that will always be important to my life. I had some great times in college. And then I quit college in 2019 to go full-time on Spectrum. We ran that all the way through 2020 where we had to shut down. And then from when we shut down to pick back up, I was running the arcade. I was starting the Minecraft server. I was starting the TikTok. And then all of that spiraled to where we are today. So that's how I got started. And how I built it. But to answer your question about money, it's a discussion that we as a team have every day. Money is such an integral part of running a company, and it's the part I hate the most. I grew up incredibly poor. My family has never had a lot. We were through bankruptcies, every year. You guys might be too young to remember, but in 2008, the entire financial world went to hell.
Yes.
Everything shut down, the housing crisis. And so when I was really young, every day was about bankruptcy, losing the house. My mom had to work 2 jobs. My dad had to work double overtimes at his job. It was horrible. And so from a very young age, I appreciated being poor. I understood that making money was an integral part. And now that I'm where I am today, I think about money a lot. And not just for myself, but for the people that I hire, for the people that depend on me, for the people I love. And I think a lot about the company and what's the best way to make more money, how to grow the company, and to do it in a good way, and not take advantage of people, not cut corners, put out good products. And so I wish I could say that everything was, super fun and up all the time. It is 90% of the time, but it's a really good question because money for any entrepreneur should be a very scary thing because it's not just about you when you're running a company. It's about everybody that you work with and work for. So it's always important to remember that as fast as you can grow them, they can be taken away.
That's
wow. That could be like that sounded like a master class I just paid for. Like that could be another business idea you got going on. You can make your own master class.
I appreciate it.
That
It's what experience does to you.
Do you think if we use your name to help get our channel more exposure, do you think we'd have to pay you?
No, why?
A trade deal,
Because
we advertise
isn't that,
you
like,
with
part of your
our
business?
9 subscribers, and you advertise us with your 9 million.
I just appreciated that you were part of what really got me to where I am today, and I it just sounded fun to talk with you guys.
Well, pleasure's all ours.
It's an honor.
So
hey, I appreciate it.
in other words, you would be the definition of the word from the ground up, right?
When I was young, I thought about that a lot because there are a lot of people that kind of get born into money and then start being successful, and no disrespect to those people, because it's still, no matter if you start with money or not, it's a pain. It's difficult. It's a lot of luck. It's a lot of hard work. But I've always been very proud of the fact that I built what I have from nothing. That I built it from myself. And I think that some of the best companies on the planet are built that way, because if you start rich and you start successful, you don't really understand what you have to lose. And I do. And I'm very scared of that. And so I treat my companies and the people that work with me with a lot of respect, for fear that I mess something up, because I know what it's like to lose everything.
Yeah, a very hard way to learn quick what the value of money really is young.
Yeah.
It's good that you're able to learn that young, rather than you learning it whenever you're older.
Right. Yeah, it's not a lesson you want to learn when you have like a wife and kids and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
That's a bad time to learn that lesson.
Very bad. It's like I see these kids at my school wearing $500 shoes and just like giving
Sure.
no care about it, you know? Wearing
Right.
about a $5,000 fit every day just to like spill some barbecue sauce on it and go, oops, oh well.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know. For all the money I have, for all the success my company has, I still wear Walmart shoes. I buy my clothes at Walmart. Like I could not give, pardon my French, I could not give a shit less. Like I will live in a cardboard box for all I care. What I care about is building good things, building things that help the world, building things that make people happy. I don't care, you know, like sometimes I buy like nicer dress clothes, and by nicer I mean like $35 at Target. But like I can't imagine wearing like super expensive shoes or expensive clothes. It just it doesn't make sense to me.
That's the words of wisdom.
Mm.
I mean,
As long as you're able to turn what you have, and it like in clothes, right? If you're able to, even though if it's cheap, if you're able to make that look good, I'd say that's good enough.
Oh yeah. I mean, really, like I'm. Trust me, I am not one to talk about fashion, Walmart boy over here. But, I mean, really, if you buy like 4-color undershirts and a few overcoats and 3 pairs of pants, you have 1,000 wardrobe options just in that. You don't, you know, the cost of your clothes matters so little. They're gonna rip and tear. They're all fabric. Like, just anybody who needs to wear super expensive clothes when they don't have the money to back it up, it really just makes me sad, because I think those people think that that's what makes
That's what
them valuable to the
matters.
world, and it's not. Wearing expensive clothes isn't what makes you valuable. It's being you that makes you valuable, and that's what, you know, people got to
That's-
be more comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah. You gotta really focus on what matters.
I'm trying to think of something.
Yeah, I'm speechless.
Talk
I'm
about.
speechless right now, just listening to all that.
I'm mesmerized on. Wow, this person is really wise.
Really
I
wise,
should listen to this person and take notes, maybe.
wise at a young age.
Yeah, I'm 23. I'm not super old yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm starting to feel the arthritis and the back pain, but we're not there yet.
Me too, just sitting in this chair all day.
I mean, that's what I do. I sit at my desk for 16 hours a day.
Six,
I would
16.
love to say, I'd love to say, oh, I'm the coolest entrepreneur in the world, dude. I wake up, I do stretches, I go to the gym. No, I wake up, I barely shower most days. I sit at my desk for 16 hours. Like, that's my life. One thing that I'll say is, like, whenever you see things on Instagram about like what you got to be an entrepreneur, what you be, it most of them aren't true. Most of them are people trying to portray themselves as these. Like, a lot of people, I've met multimillionaires and billionaires in my life, and most of them show up in sweatpants and a t-shirt to meetings. Like, most people that have money or have success are just normal people that don't, the point is, I am just a nerd. I'm just a geek. Like, nobody that's at the top of these things are like superhuman or are crazy. It's just people. So, because a lot of people get in their head that they have to be special, that there has to be something special about you. No, it's just anybody. You just have to
You
have
said
work
that
ethic.
a lot of the richer people that you meet, they just show up in sweatpants. That's how they
Yeah.
keep their money by not spending
Right,
it
yeah.
on dumb
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. There's only a few things that I've bought for myself that are quote unquote vanity. It's the one thing I've wanted my whole life. I bought a Tesla. It
Wow.
scared the crap out of me to spend money. It's an expensive car, but it's the safest car on the planet, and that matters more to me than anything. I really like being alive. And
I think we all do.
driving
I would
is
assume
the
so.
yeah, and driving is the most dangerous thing that we do every day. It is the dangerous thing you do. And so getting a Tesla to me was about the safety of it. It's just the safest crash rated car. It keeps you safe before accidents happens. It drives for you. So to me, that was the only vanity thing I ever wanted to get. And I bought a used one at the lowest price I could anyway. So I mean,
I mean,
whatever.
Tesla's a Tesla, so
In my
A
opinion,
Tesla's
I
a
think
Tesla.
the safest
True.
car is the biggest car. If you're bigger
What,
than
a
all the
tank?
cars around you, like you're in a higher.
are you talking about like the car can
actually?
absorb the shock?
No, like let's say you're driving. You know those really tall trucks, like one of those really
Like the
tall cars.
lifted ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're driving that, your legs are is going to get most of the damage, right? Your upper body, in my opinion, is more important than your legs.
I mean, sure.
That's
Yeah.
where our
Well,
organs are.
the thing about the Tesla though is that there's no engine, which means that if you get into a front end collision, there's no engine block to go into your legs to begin with. It's one big crumple zone from the front of the car to the back of the car. There's no explosions from gas. There's nothing. They have the strongest rated chassis of any car on the planet. In fact, a Tesla broke the tool used to test the crash impacts. They take this giant metal press and push it down on the top of the car to see if it'll like cave in the chassis. The Teslas are so strong that they broke that machine when they tried to test it. Like,
What?
these cars really are the safest. It is almost impossible to die in a Tesla.
What model do you have?
I have a I have a 2021 Model 3 Performance.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
The
have a
car
Tesla
I
from, like-
didn't try to buy a Performance, but it's what was the cheapest, surprisingly.
I have a
That's
Tesla
like
from 9 years
money.
ago, and I don't feel safe in it at all.
What, you have
Sometimes I'm
a
worried
you
about
have an
getting into
original
it.
Model S?
Yeah, an original Model S, yes.
Yeah. Those cars are still the like fourth safest car in the world.
Really?
In a crash? Yeah, that is like the fourth safest car on the planet, my man.
Let's say a tank is a
Man,
safe
every
car
time I-
to drive on the highway, but
Every
have
time I
our
step in
opinions.
that, I pray to Jesus.
Don't. You're safe. You're good. There's
have
no
you
other
ever
car that
had-
you would rather be in.
have you ever had a situation where your car ran out of battery in the highway?
No, we've had some close calls. The thing is about a Tesla is it's so good at sensing how much percentage you're gonna be at when you arrive or when you leave. So we're going on a cross-country road trip in the Tesla. So when we put in San Francisco as the address, it automatically routes us to all of the supercharger locations we need to be at,
Yes.
and what percentage we'll arrive at, how long we need to charge at, and then next and next. So so long as you're not stupid, there's no way to end up stranded. The first day that I drove the car a long distance, I drove it about 200 miles. We did end up having to pull off to the side to charge for about 2 hours on a slow charger because I drove too fast on the highway, and a Model 3 Performance comes with 20-inch wheels instead of 18-inch, which I know this sounds weird, but it basically is the difference of like 80 to 90 extra miles by having larger tires. So after that happened, I immediately bought 18-inch rims and 18-inch tires, and I sold the other tires because I care so much more about range than the sport tire. Like, why do I'm not. The car does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. I don't need to go faster than that. I'm
You're not
happy.
gonna drag race it.
I'm not. No. If somebody pulls up in a Mustang next to me at a stoplight, I will kick it down to make fun of them, but I'll let them pass me instantly.
It's like being nice and humble at the same time.
Right. Where it's like I'll let him get pulled over for speeding. I'll stop at the speed limit.
I've
I'm
always had
a,
this question
I'm a
to.
scaredy cat when I drive, so I don't.
I've had this question that I ask a lot of people in Teslas. What do you do while you wait for it to charge?
Oh, I mean, the screen comes preloaded with like games, so like I can play Cuphead, I can play
Yeah.
Sonic.
I do that a lot.
Yeah, yeah. You could just play games on it, and also it's got like Hulu and Disney Plus and everything built into it. So I just kind of tap on those. A lot of times though, like I've got a Steam Deck. I'll take that with me on trips and just kind of play games while I wait. It's only 30 minutes. It's not a long time.
That's like an episode and a half.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
Before you go on that road trip, let me tell you a story real quick.
Sure.
Me and my dad went to go see my sister in Virginia with the Model S, and at one point, two chargers were too far apart, so we did like so it really did run out of battery because on the thing it said -2%, and we got
Yeah.
scared. And
But you made it?
no, we were about 1 mile away. We were about 1 mile away.
Uh,
But the good thing is when it goes down slopes, it actually recharges. So
yep,
through the trip,
regenerative.
yeah, it slowly went up like 1%, 1%, and about 5% through, the screen will start flashing, your headlights will start blinking, and
Yep.
with the last 5%, it'll just stop, and it'll dial 911.
Yep, exactly. The car really keeps like an extra 20 to 30 miles in the tank in case you hit zero. You should never hit zero. Like, that's a bad idea. But in an emergency, you'll normally be okay. But yeah, when you first get the car or during long trips, it can be scary. But I've extra prepared for this one.
You better. I was so scared.
I know.
I was so
My
scared.
next podcast, I'll be pulled over in the snow.
All right, y'all. So I'm here. I'm at my drive. I'm driving, right? And I got stuck in the snow, guys.
Yeah,
I don't know what to
that'd be
say, so
so
I'm just here to pass time while it's charging, or until somebody helps me.
But yeah, so that's my Tesla. The only thing I'll ever buy out of, like, I just promised myself as a kid that I would do it. You know what I mean? Like, I had a goal when I was 9 to buy a Tesla, and I said once I finally made it, like once I feel happy with where I am, you know, with my companies, I'd buy one. I finally got here, which is wild.
Okay, I think one last question before we have to end it, because this is currently the longest one we've ever recorded, and it's almost crossing 1 hour.
Sure.
Okay. Did I already forget it? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
you
I got,
did.
I got. Have you ever accidentally overworked yourself with your companies and businesses? Have you ever just felt drained?
You sound like you wrote this stuff down.
I didn't. I'm coming up with them as he's telling the stories.
No, it sounds like this. It's like you read the first line and then you just pause to go to the second line.
I promise I'm not. Straight off of my head.
Yeah. To answer your question, again, I would love to say that everything is glitz and glamour, but I often here's the best way to put it, right? Is that to be an entrepreneur, you don't have to be crazy. You don't have to work yourself to death. You don't have to, put everything you've got into it. A lot of people are entrepreneurs on the side. A lot of people are entrepreneurs in their free time when they have an opportunity to. And that's all valid. That's all great. Unfortunately, I am one of the people where my company is damn near the most important thing to me. And that's even above my own happiness a lot of time.
Wow.
I put click games, you do you, and everything else above my personal well-being a lot of time. I will, every once in a while, there'll be days where I have some form of, like, I don't want to say panic attacks, right? But just like a lot of anxieties and worries because I have so many things moving and so many parts and pieces and events and launches and everything that it really starts to get to me, and it kind of weighs you down. And the reason that I say it is because I don't want anybody to think that people don't get that. You know, a lot of people, whenever they feel that way when running a company, think that they're a failure, or they think that, well, I don't see any other entrepreneurs like this. We're all like this. Most entrepreneurs that are running huge companies are all feeling immense anxieties and pressure and scared. But we don't go out there and say it because we have to look big and professional and strong. But just to be honest, we're all still human. You still worry. You still get freaked out. And I don't know. I when I think about my companies and I think about like my personal life and how I balance them, you know, I often get my priorities mixed up where I think like, well, my companies could fail any day, but like my girlfriend, my family, you know, they'll be there forever. So, you know, I've got plenty of time to make it up to them. That's not how it works. And I know that, but it's hard to convince myself of that. Is that the time you have with friends and family is time that you're going to want when you're old. You know, when you're 70, 80, you're not going to think about, oh, I hit that deadline. You're going to think, why didn't I see them more often? And unfortunately, I'm still at a point where I let the company take me over sometimes. I let that be more important than everything else. So, I mean, the answer to the question is I don't really manage it. Not as well as I should. And when you're growing something that's going to be really big and there's a lot of things on your shoulder, it is hard to step back and have the foresight to slow down. It's really hard to do. But that's the real answer.
I am almost in tears. That was
Yeah.
probably the realest thing I've ever heard from anybody ever. Wow. I need a minute here. Need a minute here. Because I procrastinate a little bit too much on homework and stuff. And
Yeah.
sometimes I think about, oh, what happened to me when I'm working? And if I procrastinate for too long, I'll probably get fired. Bad stuff will happen. I need to like fix this now before high school and before graduation.
Well, just remember, I run this company and I still turn in things a day late. I still do it. I'll work things down to the very last minute if I need to.
You're your
Well,
own boss, right?
I am.
Entrepreneur,
Who's
Yeah,
gonna fire
I'm.
you?
Well, the thing is, my company won't make money, and I'm gonna have to fire myself. That's who fires me. See, the thing is, everybody says that, and it's such a good point because what people don't think about is, you know what? When you get a job, you get a paycheck every week, and you know it. I don't. I don't know when my next paycheck is. I don't know how much money my company's going to make next month. And that creates a lot of fear and a lot of worry because the only way that I make money is if I work really hard and my company makes money.
So
And
you're
then
being-
multiply that by 20 people that you hire and that you work with and who's counting on you to promote their game. And it starts to add up.
Whoa. Damn.
But-
you got any last questions?
But
No.
Oh,
to
but okay,
finish
hold on.
that,
There's a
though,
but. There's a but.
there is a but. It's not all doom and gloom. I don't
Okay,
want it
okay.
to seem that way.
Okay.
This is all very real. But the other side of it is just as real, which is that there is nothing on this planet, nothing that is more rewarding than waking up in the morning and showing up to work at 4 p.m. or
That-
waking up at 4 p.m.
That's a
and
W.
going to work.
This
That's a
doesn't
W.
sound too
That's a
happy.
W.
Working for somebody else to me is one of the most terrifying things because the one thing you don't get back in this life is your time. And working as your own boss is the only way you can secure your own time and you decide what happens. Now, in my case, as I said, I let the company take over my personal time a lot, but it's in the hopes that in a few years, I will have something that is so profitable and big to where I never have to work again. Right? So I'm kind of working, I'm doing all of this work to secure a future forever to where I don't need to. And to see these amazing games like projects like Rogue Ascent, Dragon Fist, Monkey See Monkey Do Do, Coffin Rot, to see these games grow from prototypes that are barely an idea to launching on massive platforms and making a ton of money and changing a developer's life and growing a studio and being able to hire the people you've been working with for years is the most rewarding thing I could ever dream of doing with my life. For all the stress and anxieties and worries, it also comes with the immense highs of knowing that you are making a difference in the world, that you are changing things. And of course, not everybody's going to be a VR video game publisher, but being an entrepreneur and owning your own restaurant or owning your own like car dealership or whatever you want it to be is the most rewarding thing you can do for yourself, in my opinion. And of course, I'm biased because I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I really do believe that there are so many upsides to it that anybody who isn't sure what they want to do with the rest of their lives should really look into being an entrepreneur and do it while you're young. While you're young, you have the chance to make mistakes. You have the chance to have projects fail. Once you get to be my age or older and you own a house, you own a car, you have a family, you can't not have money. But when you're a kid, you can be poor. So be an entrepreneur when you're young. Make the mistakes you need to make if you ever want to do it. It's your one chance.
That's what we're trying to do right now. So, Emmanuel, any last questions?
No,
Well,
I'm good.
I gotta say then, you are him. You are the GOAT. In my opinion, you're better than LeBron James in general stuff.
Oh, wow.
Do you have anything to
Those are-
sign off this podcast, this episode?
Yeah, if anybody listening's got a VR headset, you can go to click.games. It's our website where all of our games are. If you got a headset, go buy some games. I think you'll love them. And just you know, people always tell other people like go follow your dreams, but I normally don't say that. What I say instead is work really, really hard and you'll find your dreams. So keep at it.
Don't die, subscribe.